everyone, welcome along to Rathbone Manor and another car boot sale. Hi guys. So I did go to the car boot sale last week, but it was rather disappointing, and I only got a couple of little small tools, nothing worth really showing to you guys last week, and 3 books for Mrs Rathbone. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to include those 2 tools, and I'll show you them in a moment amongst everything that I've got today, because I went along again today and I've got some really cool stuff today. So let's put my new camera down a moment. I'll bring the video camera down here and we'll have a look at what I've got. Now I've also been out to Wilko's and bought myself some new gloves, because if you remember the other gloves I had that I got from Poundland, they were getting a bit sticky on the fingers and they were a bit horrible. So I'll throw that one on the floor. But I bought myself some new gloves from Wilko's. These were 2 pairs for £3. So let's move the camera down here then and we'll take a look at what I've got today. Okay, so I've got some interesting star buys here today. We'll take a look at those later on. But first of all, let me get my new Digicam out of the way. Mrs Rathbone picked this up for me at the charity shop the other week, and it's great. We'll have a look at that one another day though. What do you think of that, guys? Really cool digital camera, look at that, nice. Anyway, let's move along to today's tools. What we're going to do is we're going to start with a look at these 2 just here. These 2 little fellas just here, there we go. Let's look at those first. So last week was the car boot sale and auto jumble mix, which I like. Despite the fact that there was loads and loads of vendors there and loads of tools, there wasn't really any tools that I was particularly interested in. The first tool I came across was this little fellow here, which is some sort of crimping tool. What it's for I don't know. The jaws in here actually have some lettering in them, which is difficult to discern, but you can actually see there's some lettering in there. And it crimps like so. What they were for, what this tool was for, I really don't know. There's no name on it. There was a label on it here at one point or another. If you guys know what this was used for, maybe for packaging, I don't know. Maybe, you know, crimping the tapes on packaging, I don't know. But if you guys know what it was all about, please let me know. The other tool I got was this little fellow here from my favourite tool stall. 1130 tooths, and we have 86, but actually what we have here is what have we got here, Durachrome USA. Now I've done a little bit of research on alloy artifacts, and it turns out this little thing is from somewhere in the 1940s apparently. So I think it's an ignition wrench, so they called it anyway. So yeah. So those are the only the only 2 tools I got at last week's car boot sale. Bit disappointing, didn't bother to make a video with it. Anyway, oh yeah, 50p and 50p. So let's move along to today's tools. And once again, despite my saying don't buy any more pliers, you don't need any more pliers, I bought some more pliers. Out of this lot, we'll start with taking a look at this first. Mrs Rathbone says to me, can you find me a magnifying glass while you're there today, do you think? Because she likes to pick up the odd interesting little bits and pieces from the charity shop. And she very often can't read, like I can't either, the small print on things. You know, without my glasses, can't read the small print. And some of the small print is smaller than this. So she said, can you get me a magnifying glass? I said, yeah, go on then, let's see what we can do for you then. So I picked this thing up here. It does a little bit of magnifying, apparently, in theory. But we've also got this little fellow on here which does even more magnifying. So I thought, yeah, for 50p, that'll do quite nicely. See how she gets on with that. And from the same stall as the magnifying glass comes this pair of pliers here. They look to be in fairly good condition. They're a pair of Draper value. I think they've got a little bit of damage to the moulded grip there, but we won't worry about that too much. Induction hardened. They don't show, they're just a little bit rusty. I think they've obviously been laying somewhere damp. The cutting knives look in fairly good nick. What are the jaws like? They're not too bad either. So I think what we ought to do is find out what we can cut with them. And I think we'll start with this 7020 in blue. Funnily enough, it's in Draper blue. Right, let's have a look. Let's get it into the pliers so we can all see what's going on. Yeah, just about. I've got to pull it off a little bit. It almost cuts it. It's not a clean cut. It's more of a squash, as you can see there. But let's try some of this larger, multi-stranded earth-style wire here. That's better. Cuts that stuff a whole lot better. Get out of it. Okay, so what about our old friend, the tri-rated cable here? Where's the end? Here it is. Again, as you know, this is multi-stranded. Let's give it a go. Oh yeah, cuts that one quite nicely and pings it about as well by the looks of it. I just want to cut it just there though. Right, there we go. So yeah, they cut alright, don't they guys? Move that out of the way. Not bad at all really. Just need a bit of a clean up, which they will get. And a drop of oil in the joint there. They're not bad at all, are they? I don't think they've hardly been used, to be honest with you. So they were 50p as well. Okay then, so let's move along to today's star buys, and there are 3 of them today, guys. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll start with, what should we start with? I don't know. Alright, this pair here of self-grip wrenches, look. I thought to myself, they look quite old-ish. I don't know how old they really are. But if we look on the bottom of the handle here, look what it's got. Vice grip, DeWitt, Nebraska, patent number. It doesn't have a release lever. There's no other markings on it at all that I can see. I don't think that's a marking there. I think it's just a... what is that? Is that a marking? Probably not actually. I think it's just a mess in the forging there. There's a little bit of rust going on. Some of the chrome has come off. But there's no other marks on it at all. So I'm not sure how old these are. There's no vice grip stamped into them here, like you get with other... hang on, just 1 second there. So these are also vice grip. As you can see, we've got the vice grip there, and we've got the model number just in there, look. But these ones, oh, and of course we've got the release lever. But as you look at this pair here, they don't have the release lever, so you've got to push them apart like so. There's no other markings on them apart from vice grip, DeWitt, Nebraska, and that's it. And the patent number. I've not done any research into these really much, to be honest with you. I'll have to have a look probably while I'm editing the video up. But yeah, so if you guys know anything about these, how old these might be, please let me know down in the comments down below, please. I mean, I'm not sure that's the original. Not sure that's the original bolt in here or not. Could have got lost over time. But if I'm not sure how old these... oh, it could be. Look at that. It could be the original one, look. So if you guys know how old... if this is a really old pair, please let me know down in the comments down below. And from another stall entirely... well, different stall entirely, this old woman had some tools in a box. Oh, they're all 50p a tool. So I thought, oh, these look interesting. What have we got here? We've got nicely embellished grips. We've also got West Germany inside the handles there. But more interesting than that, what do we have here? Knipex. And I believe that's, is that 83140? So these are sometime between 1945 and 1990. And I'm going to say they're probably closer to 1945 than they are 1990. What are the cutting knives like? Don't look too bad. Where's the wires? Oh, there they are. Let's try some of the 7020. See what they're like with that. See if they're sharp enough to cut 7020. Yeah, and probably a little bit cleaner than the Drapers we just looked at. Okay, yeah, that's fairly clean. Let's get the much larger multi-core Earth Star cable here. Oh yeah, ping. Wow, all over the place. Here we go with the tri-rated again. This is multi-stranded once again. Not quite pinging it, but all the same, doing a very good job of cutting the cable then. So as I say, I think these are probably late 40s, early 50s possibly. These will clean up very nicely. Knipex. I think they're. I think it's either 03 140 or 83. No, it's 0. No, it's definitely 03 140, isn't it? Knipex. Nice old pair of Knipex pliers. What they like in the jaws. They've been used a bit, as you can see. A little bit worn. And we've got the spider's nest in there as well, by the looks of it. Ew. But what a nice old pair of pliers. I do like these old ones. Very nice indeed, aren't they? So yeah, another pair of Knipex for my collection. And from the same guy I bought the Vice Grip pliers from comes this rather interesting Stanley Fatmax adjustable spanner. And I can honestly say I've not seen anything like this before. I thought, oh, because he had quite a collection of adjustable spanners, both old and modern, and this has come out of his modern box. And he wanted, what do you want, £5 for this originally? But I got it for £4 in the end. Let's have a look at the number of it. There we go. 97546, 10 inch or 250mm long. We've got the millimetres on that side, we've got imperial on this side, we've also got a little diagram that shows how this little fellow works. Like everything else I buy, guys, I don't research it or usually try it out before I show you guys, so I don't know what this thing does, how it works. It runs quite nicely. Got a little, don't know what that's a little addition to the jaw there. It doesn't close all the way, so I don't know why they've put the measurement starts at 1/4 of an inch, or 6.5mm by the looks of it. But look at how the jaws differ from a standard adjustable spanner. Here is my other Stanley Fatmax adjustable spanner. What's the number on this one? Yeah, F blah 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 75081. But look how the jaws differ. Completely different from a standard adjustable spanner. Not sure how this thing's supposed to work really, but I suppose I could get a nut and... Let me get a nut and bolt in here and we'll try it, see what it looks like, shall we? Alright, so let's try this little fellow here then, shall we? This is a nylock nut on a usual bolt here. So, how is it supposed to fit in there according to that? In theory, it's supposed to go into the corner like thusly, which it does. Okay. Alright, okay then. So, not really sure what this is all about. What about the other side of things? Okay, so it does... Oh, I see, look at that! Oh, it ratchets! Oh, how cool is that? Oh, I get it. Right, wicked, look at that. So you can tighten it up, and then it undoes. It's a little bit stiff, probably needs a drop of oil in there. Oh, I'm going to need a drop of oil in there. Oh, wow, look at that, guys. A ratcheting adjustable spanner. That's supposed to be spring-loaded, isn't it? Oh, wow. Oh, cool. Let me give it a spray of WD-40. That's better. Oh, cool. Oh, wow, that's interesting then. I like that. Ratcheting adjustable spanner that probably doesn't work as well as it could do. I reckon the springs are a little bit weak in there. It does feel a little bit weak. But that is pretty cool. Wow, that's even better then. I like that. Ratcheting spanner. Cool. Nice, I like that. Oh wow. But it's really modern, really up to date. You can see by the design of it there. But it opens up fairly well too. It runs nicely. I think the problem is I think we've got a little bit of a weak spring there. Yeah. Wow, I've never seen these before. Never seen one of those before. Until today at the boot sale. I've probably paid £4 for that. Wow, that is interesting. There's a little bit of rust on it. Needs a bit of a cleaning up, I think. I like the design. The design's really cool, but I've never seen one of these before. I wonder if they still make them. Probably not. Don't know. That's an interesting idea. I think, as I say, the springs, we might need a new spring in there because it's not exactly working 100%, is it? But yeah, that's cool. I like that. Wow, I like that very much indeed. Anyway, guys, let's move along to Mrs Rathbone's star by the foundling Grogu here, who happens to be Mrs Rathbone's favourite character from The Mandalorian. She absolutely loves Grogu, so we've been watching it for quite some time now, and I've been scouting the car boot sale for a Grogu, and one turned up today. Here he is. She was really surprised when she's like, oh, isn't he cute? Because she absolutely loves Grogu. Her favourite character from the programme. Look at his eyes, look, she loves his big eyes. So, yeah, how cool is that? It is by Mattel, if I can show you the label. It's a Mattel Grogu model. What's the date on this little fella? Has it got a date on it? Don't think so. No. New material only. But, yeah, little Grogu. He's got 3 fingers, look. Cool. Opposable thumbs and 2 fingers. And nice big eyes, look at that. So, and his little woolly coat, look. So, yeah, she was absolutely over the moon. I said to her, because she's gone to work now, but she was upstairs getting ready to go to work. I said, oh, I've got you something from the car boot sale. And she's like, oh, what have you got now then? Come and have a look. And she's like, oh my God, how cute is that? She was going, she's absolutely, loves it. She loves little Grogu here. So I was quite pleased to get this little fellow. How much did he cost me? Well, they originally wanted a £5, but I got him for £4. How about that? That's not bad, is it? Grogu, the foundling, for £4. She's well over the moon with that. Isn't he cute, guys? Yeah, so I've been looking out for, because we've been watching The Mandalorian for some time now. So, yeah, her favourite character, Grogu. Alrighty then, guys, so that's what I picked up from the car boot sale today. I've got some really interesting stuff. I've got some stuff for Mrs Rathbone, and she's over the moon with the foundling Grogu here. Bin Grogu. I'm quite happy with the stuff that I've got. As I say, regarding these this self-grip wrench here, if you know anything about them, please let me know down in the comments, because I think they could be possibly quite an old pair, quite an early pair maybe. So they've got no release lever on them, and the only markings we have underneath is vice grip and DeWitt, Nebraska, and this here patent number as well. So if you guys know anything about them, please let me know down there in the comments, please. Got another pair of pliers for my Knipex collection. These look awfully like I've got some what are they now? Let me have a think. Oh yeah, Carl Cameling. I've got some Carl Cameling pliers that look very similar to this. They're a little bit larger. We've still got a similar design to the knives and the embellishment on the handles. So I should say these are probably from the same time period, 40s, 50s. And I will be cleaning these up so they can go into my collection. Also, I've got some more modern Knipex pliers, but these ones 03 140s. So if you guys know anything about these as well, please let me know. But I think they're probably from the 40s or 50s myself, looking at them. Quite a nice design. And again, I told myself, don't buy any more pliers, you've got plenty of pliers. And I said the same the other week as well, and still ended up buying a load of pliers. These are quite nice, these little Draper value, so it's like their budget end of things. But I do like this this spanner here though. It's another one of those tools I think that I'm going to have to do a proper review on, because I've not seen this this type of spanner before. And I didn't know it was a ratcheting one, and as I say, I got it for £4 instead of £5. But what do you think of the design, guys? It's quite an interesting design, isn't it? Quite a nice design. Whether they still make them anymore, I don't really know. 97456. So we'll have to have a look, see if they still make them or not. What an interesting design, isn't it? I quite like those. Put just there the best. Alright then, guys. Well, thanks for popping over to Rathbone Manor once again, taking a look at the stuff I got. Mrs Rathbone is really pleased with the Foundling Grogu. See how she gets on with her magnifying glass as well, for that matter. It should be right for her, I reckon. We'll find out. Yeah. So if you've got, as I say, if you've got any idea about these DeWitt Nebraska vice grip pliers, please let me know down in the comments down below. They still work quite nicely. So yeah. So thanks for popping over to Rathbone Manor once again. Don't forget you can join me on Instagram too. That is where a lot of this stuff is going to be posting up soon on Instagram. If you've enjoyed today's video, please feel free to click a thumbs up, because that will help my channel. There may be a super thanks button down there as well if you want to use that. And you can subscribe to my channel, I don't mind that either. So if you want to subscribe to the channel, please feel free to do so. I may not be going to the car boot sale next week. Don't know yet. But yeah, I'm sorry if you guys missed out on the video last week, but it really wasn't worth doing, to be honest with you. You know, with the little few bits I got weren't worth posting up. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed taking a look at today's stuff. And I will see you another week for another video then. Thanks for watching, guys. See you another week.